Hello, welcome to Three Crows Runes. My name is Jen. Let's do some rune readings. Today it is Thursday, the 11th day of the month of 7, and the moon is waning. It's waning gibbous. I couldn't do a video earlier in the day because there were so many trucks outside and it just wouldn't stop. And it was like, please stop. Oh my gosh, there's no end to it. Every time I opened the window, I was like, it's like, all right, you know what? Let's see if it's quieter by the time the day of work is over. And it was. So hopefully it will stay that way while I do this. Right, let's see what message wants to come through today. So we're using the Elderfluth Arc on Birch. Let's see what the message is that wants to come through. Ooh, yeah. Basically, it's that kind of rare times of that, unfortunately. The thing about adventures and living in interesting times, you know, you think it'll be like, oh, fascinating, but it's actually harrowing and awful. But anyway, there's a reason that it's a curse to say, may you live in interesting times. But anyway, we're here, we have tickets. So, let me just make this a little prettier. Oop, that's the leg of the gorilla pod. Okay. Are we good? Does it look okay? Alrighty. Central issue for the message that wants to come through today, we have Vunyo reversed. Vunyo is the rune of joy, and in the center spot, I'm going to read it a couple ways. First of all, the focus right now is that we are not contented. We are not feeling as happy as we would like to, but also we are encouraged. We are encouraged and thinking about trying to find our joy within, or at least figuring out what we find joyful and what makes us joyful. By considering it inside and then maybe bringing it through. But anyway, right now we're not feeling as happy as we would like to. Leading up to this, we have Sovilo. Sovilo is the rune of the sun. This refers to source energy and, energy levels. However, leading up to this, there is that implication of, heat, like the more harsh aspect of the sun, like in the tarot, where it's like the sun is also very, very blazing and hot and can be really wearing you down. And that's sort of what I'm seeing for this particular sun in this particular spot. So we're feeling a bit worn down. We're feeling not as happy and content as we would like to. And we're looking inward to try to find joy within that we can then work with. That will help to bolster us. So what will help us? We have Isa, and I think we had Isa recently as, I think it was the ultimate helping line in this particular case. But in terms of give yourself stillness, allow yourself stillness, and this is the stillness through which clarity comes. It's the rune of ice. So you basically want to allow yourself the stillness, even though there's all this going on. And this is quite neat because you've got the sun, which is blazing and hot, which is what has made us all uncomfortable. So it's not necessarily the sun, but it's just the heat of things and the relentlessness of things. And I heard a car beep, and it's just been crazy traffic today. But to face that with coolness and to face that as far as giving yourself stillness in the midst of all of that, and find a place that is not affected so much by the relentlessness of the blazing, and allow yourself the stillness in that, and then you'll be able to connect with we have Mana's reversed, which is, I think these were switched in a recent one, but anyway, same idea. This is going to allow you to connect with your inner community, where you are facing yourself with joy, and where you are becoming okay with yourself, and you're having those interrelations with higher self, or guardians, guides, goddesses, gods, etc., or angels, or whatever, dragons. And we have but just basically to connect with your inner community, tuning out the din of humanity, which I think this is probably a lot of. So just we close the door gently on the din of humanity so that we can connect with ourselves and our truths. And being still will allow that connection to be connected to. what will not help you is we have Tivaz reversed and we have Berkana reversed. So Tivaz is Tyr's rune. Tyr is the warrior god. He also has to do with taking care of duties and responsibilities and taking care of things that need to be taken care of. But it's also, there is a sense of warrior god, and in this, there's a sense of being disarmed. You feel like you are helpless. You feel like you've been forced to drop your sword. You feel like there's nothing you can do about what's going on, and that's very upsetting, and that can make you feel helpless, and then you don't even start anything, which is what Berkana reversed is saying. Berkana is the rune of the birch tree. It has to do with beginnings and birth, and it's reversed in the lower line, so it's basically you don't even feel like starting anything, and this is because you feel helpless, and vice versa. So that is obviously not going to help you. What you can control is giving yourself stillness, and what you can control is connecting to your inner community, such as it is, and finding your solace there. And it's at the same time, you have Tivaz reversed here. You may be afraid to take care of your inner stuff because that's not as important as the big loud outside stuff that's happening that is like clamoring for people to do something, and nobody is able to do anything, and it's making you hopeless. So once again, give yourself the stillness. If you restore equilibrium for yourself, at least you've restored equilibrium for one person in the world. That's something you can do. That is what you can control. And when you do that, that will help you get in touch with what you can connect with that does link you to your inner joy. And the inner joy is what can't be taken from you, no matter what happens. So yeah, so what this is going to lead you to is we have Dagaz, which is the rune of the breaking of the day. You do this and it will be a breakthrough for you. You will be like, okay, now there is light, now there is air, now there is color. It's like you can blaze back. Whatever this is, because this is the sun, this is the breaking of the day. So this is you allowing yourself to shine, and then when you are shining, that acts as a shield, and things can't get in at you as easily. So it's not like you're ignoring what's happening, but if there's stuff that you have no control over and that you can't do anything about, and it's just out there relentlessly like burning you, and you can't do anything about it, then you do what you can, and what you can do is try to keep your own spirits up, because the world needs you, and you need to be able to take care of yourself and access your joy and shine, because people need that shine. If you're shining from something that you have, then that will raise the shine in the world, and then maybe other people will just sort of go, that reminds me of when, and then they'll remember something that made them joyful, and then hopefully we'll be able to, turn on the lights a little. But anyway, rare times, we do the best we can, and that is the message that wanted to come through today. I wish you all the best with this, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye!